What's up, everybody? Today's Saturday, and what I'm doing is I'm going over what happened in the week this market. It was a tough week for me, and so what I'm starting to reincorporate into my trading. And so the past like 3 weeks have been like badass. We've been crushing it, and don't get me wrong, still made some profits this week, but it could have been better, right? And I was making the same kind of mistakes over and over and over again. And I was trying to will the market in my direction, and I was been thinking about it and kind of figuring out what it was that I was doing, or how I could have done better. And so, what I used to do, and I need to start doing again, and I'm starting to do again, is doing more trade journaling, like journaling, right? So the big thing that the success that I was having and am going to have is from mindset, working on my mindset and getting a better mindset. And by the way, if you're just watching this from seeing me on Instagram, or maybe it's your first time seeing me on YouTube, thanks for watching. I'm an amazing VIP group and a great free group too, if you just want to check it out. But click the links below and give us a try. I'm really trying to change the vibe in the Forex and the trading world, because there's so many people like fake as fuck. I don't know how else to say it, man, but the more and more I see it, the more upset it kind of makes me. And so I'm trying to disrupt the space a little bit. Aloha to all my people in Hawaii. I was in Kauai last year. It's amazing. I want to go back this year. So anyways, what we're doing today, and I'd like to encourage you all to do with me, and it would actually even be cooler too for the people that are in my group, if you do this and take a picture if you want to. If some stuff's personal, you can mark it out, or kind of black it out or whatever. That's totally understandable for sure. But just to get y'all to start doing this, and I'm going to start doing it too, is doing our end of the day trading journal, right? And this is going to be huge. And there's actually a great program called Edgewonk that in one of my mastermind groups, I encourage the people that were in there to try it out. I'll probably get that going again too. But in the meantime, that's great. But there's something about writing it down on paper, right? It goes from the mind to the hand to the paper. And, now I'm going to say it out loud to you, right? So then it's hitting all these different senses. And we can do this over and over and over. If we're trading 306 or 300 days in a year, whatever it comes out to be, that's 300 times to really explore ourselves and our mind and our own habits and our own thoughts. And the cool thing about trading is that it's a self-development thing, right? You can go and you could be a CEO. I mean, anybody that's a top performer in anything is working on developing themselves. The people that aren't are just, happy with your 9-to-5 job and don't even think of anything different. And I'm not hating on anybody that has that. If you're watching this video, I'm guessing you want to get out of that too, as bad as I wanted to get out of mine. And the other side of that is I don't want to go back there. So that's why I'm doing this shit. That's why it's Saturday and I'm working, and that's why I'm going to keep doing this and hopefully inspire y'all to do the same. So get out a little journal here, and you can pause it if you want. We'll do this together. And I like these Moleskine books. Okay, hold on, pause. Okay, we're back. Maybe you paused it. I like these Moleskine journals, and they actually make them now where they're kind of sectioned off already. And those work really well too. I just have the standard journal. Maybe, hold on, I have one of those here too. I'm gonna pause this. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I use these for just like normal goals and stuff. If you're not writing your goals down, I promise you're not going to get very far in life. Do like a gratitude list as well. My successes of the day. But you could set this thing up super really badass. You know, you can make all the trades right here. You could put kind of like your general. I think I'm going to switch over to this journal actually. But you can put all your trades for the day here, how you're feeling, what happened, what's going on, and what you're going to do better. And that's the gist of that. So in a normal journal, so you can use a notebook. I'm going to have you set it up like mine is right here on the left-hand side. And this is just for the week, right? This is kind of an overview. It took way more trades than this for sure. But there's some big ones that really have been bugging me. And specifically on Euro USD and the pound dollar. And that, you know, I mean, for the people in my group too, like, you'll never hear me say, oh, the market's fucking us. Because I'm putting those trades in, and if I'm on the other side of it, I'm going to be pumped, right? So the thing is, it's my own belief about how the market should be going that's making me lose. And then being stubborn to the point where I keep imposing my will on it because I want it to go a different way. And the more I've gotten way better at this, but the more I can become objective, right, and really like step back and be like, well, as much as I'd like the dollar to weaken and GU to rally and EU to rally, that's not happening. And it keeps strengthening. The dollar index is going up, and it's time to change the game plan. By the way, I still think pound dollar is has reversed, and then this is just a correction. Euro dollar is having some trouble though, for sure. So here's our trades there. So you can see I have Euro USD, I have AUD USD, I have GJ, dollar Mexican peso. If you're following my Instagram, trading that a bunch. Pound CAD, UJ, AJ, NJ. So it says trades right there. And the next is plus or minus, right? So that's just, was it a win? Was it a loss? Now you could go into, you can get way more detail, be like win 26 pips, loss 15 pips. You know what I mean? Win 107 pips. Whatever your trading is, however you're doing it, you can start logging it and be more mathematical for sure. And I definitely, recommend that. But at the start, I just think start just putting some pen to paper, because most people are going to watch this and they're not going to do this. So if you get, so I'm not going to be like, get a pen, paper, calculator, and start doing some decimal multiplication, because then that's never going to happen. So easy notebook, trades, win or loss. And then next, what happened, right? So for Euro USD, and so this is the top part, Euro USD, and just like I talked about, was forcing belief of weakness. And I'm just kind of using shorthand because it's a smaller page, and I got a lot to say about this stuff, like Australian dollar, US dollar, right? That was a loss that we took on Friday. And the reason was that I was just desperate for a win. And I rushed into the trade, and I thought it was breaking out too and breaking higher. But I was like, no, the dollar's been so strong, it's not going to happen. And then it went the other way, right? So I was still imposing my will on what the way I think things should be going on. And what a great metaphor for life that is. When I start imposing my will on stuff, usually it doesn't work out, right? Because I forget that there is someone or something or something out there that's really in charge, and I'm just trying to line up with that. And same thing for the market, man. If I can line up with the market, I can just start extracting money out of it. It's an ATM machine. If I start trying to tell the market the way I think it should be, it's a damn wood chipper and I'm getting put in it. You know what I mean? Like the movie Fargo. Maybe not that graphic, but that's the way it works. So, and so dollar GJ, great trade on that one. I bought it at the bottom of channel support. So already we've come to enforcing my will upon the market, rushing into a trade, and then I have a good trade, and I bought it at channel support. So if I bought it at channel support, that means I was patient enough to let it hit that level. That would be an optimal place to buy. NJ, AJ, UJ, all great trades. And what happened there? Caught the dip, or sold at the very top, at the very edge of resistance. And some of those wasn't the best entry. And see, another thing is, now that I'm going back through here, I'm starting to remember what's going on, right? What happened, and replaying the trade in my mind instead of like, I'm a big believer in, hey, the trade's happened, move on to the next. But if we're analyzing how we can improve on it, now we can look back and see what happens. So then also we can be able to recognize, because this is about pattern recognition, when this is going to happen again. So we caught those at the top of resistance. Now, when you're doing this, and you're in my group, and you write down trades and you write down wins and losses, what I don't want you to say is, took a signal. If you do that, you're fired. Because all of these and the signals I send are just learning tools. I could and should and will do another video on this, but they're learning tools for you to be able to see the market objectively for yourself. And hopefully you're going through my training and you're saying, oh, okay, so NZD-JPY, drop here. There's divergence on the RSI. It's hitting resistance. And now we have a risk-off day, risk-off event, which is, one of my big strategies. And that'll be in my new training, which is coming out soon, which is going to be awesome. And there's going to be a lot more stuff like this. But so what you can't say is took a signal, win, took a signal, loss, because that's not trading, man. Like, if you think you're trading and that's what you're doing, you're not. You're more or less just gambling, and you're not getting any better, right? So if you can only afford the signals right now, that's awesome. But use them to try to figure out what the hell is actually going on. If you're just taking the signals to try to make money and get rich, you're just going to quit and go on to the next thing and try to get rich doing that. And then that's not going to work. And then you're going to go on to the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. And you'll never take the time to learn, right? And trust me, I've been in that mindset before. So now if you took NZD-JPY, right? It was one of my signals, but what happened is you could be like, there was a signal, then I looked at what was going on in the market, or tried to, and it made sense to me. And so I ended up shorting it. That's way better, right? And then also now, if you're starting to do that, you're not going to just take a signal and enter it in and pray that it works out, right? Because then you might see the problems there, right? The best thing to do is make a trading strategy that makes sense to you, that you can become profitable. Nobody sees the market the same. Nobody trades the same. There isn't one, two, three strategy that's going to just crush it, right? There's different steps you can take, but everybody sees everything different. Nobody, especially when it comes to trading, does the same way every time, unless you're a computer algorithm. And even that doesn't work after a while, unless it's always being updated, because the market is always changing. So the best thing we can do is try to improve by writing it down the old-fashioned way and then going about it that way. So now we have our trades, plus or minus what happened in the trade. Now this is where we start digging a little bit deeper. On the next page, we write what's going on inside. So that means what's going on in here and what's going on outside. So I have what's going on inside, outside. So inside, I'm going to get a little, put myself out there, a little vulnerable and stuff for you all, just to show you how much I care and how real this is, right? So it's on the inside. I think a lot of the things that the fear-based trading was coming from, I was in a place of fear because I was feeling lonely, right? And that's what's going on the inside, feeling lonely, right? Because I am single, and for anybody who wants to know, and pretty much the reason is because I've decided a few years ago, it's not like I've been single the whole time, but that this making my dreams and being an entrepreneur and being a trader and actually making it in this world is the most important thing in my life. And I'm gonna make it, right? I'm gonna do everything I can to make it. What happens, I keep going one way and then getting distracted, keep going one way and here's my goal, and then I get distracted. And really what that is self-sabotage, right? Because of the fear of success. Maybe you have that in common, maybe you don't. But I know for me, and that's not because of me, but that's because of conditioning in the school system and teachers that, hey, you're okay, but you're never going to be good enough, and maybe you shouldn't have such crazy ideas, and all this negative things that were put into my mind that I'm just trying to break free from, right? And this is going to help. So on the inside is feeling lonely. And so what's happening on the outside? So what's going on inside? Outside, well, the reason is because it's Valentine's Day, right? So it's Valentine's Day, and I know it's just a silly holiday, and that's all it is. It's a silly holiday, right? But hey, it is what it is. But that's why I was feeling that way. But if I look a little bit deeper, that has nothing to do with my overall goal, right? Let's think of it the other way. Had it been Valentine's Day and I wasn't single and I had a huge date and this big extravagant thing planned, how much invested would I be in my trading and invested in my group, invested in you all? Because I'm super invested in you all if you haven't noticed. Probably not very much, right? Would probably be like a lot of the other people. I wouldn't be like them, but I know there's a lot of people out there that sign up for groups and then they never even, the guy who runs the group is never even there, right? That's why people sign up and they're like, holy shit, dude, wow, it's cool. You just messaged me back. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm in this too, right? So had I been distracted, maybe this wouldn't have, maybe it would have, who knows how it would have gone. Another thing, doubt. Why am I having doubt? Well, because I'm getting more popular and I have some big investors, right? And then so there's that limiting belief popping back up again. Another one is getting cocky, right? Because I am a good trader. We've been crushing it in 2019. And that when you get on the opposite side of, being lonely, woe is me. On the opposite side of that is I'm the shit. The market is going to chop you down the size over here, and the market's just going to not going to make you feel any better over here, right? So the best thing to be is in the middle. And on the inside, last one, what's going on? Irritable. Maybe you're like, you don't seem too irritable, but what's happening on the outside there is I started intermittent fasting, right? So this goes into diet, exercise, everything else, but I started intermittent fasting. And so last meal of the day is usually around 7 p.m. And then I don't eat till like 1 or 2. and I like it, man. I know my body's getting cleared up and stuff, but around like 11, man, for future reference, don't ask me, don't send me some ridiculous messages on Telegram like, hey, why aren't you answering me back? Because I'll be like, dude, just go on, right? Because but that's the thing, that I was letting my emotions get to me, right? So here we are. What's going on the inside? What's going on the outside? Here's the inside column. Here's the outside column. And I have this page cut in half. I mean, you could make a huge list. And the thing is, this is super therapeutic. If you need to make a huge list, if you need to make it 20 pages, get it all out for real, because you're probably holding on to that shit and it's probably been hurting you for a long time. And so the last thing to finish up on is, of course, a positive note. How can I improve? Stay true to my decision to focus on business and trading. How can I improve? Wait for trades to come to me. Easier said than done. But if I keep that in mind, if I'm writing this shit down every day, at the end of the day, wait for trades to come to me, eventually, what do you think is going to happen subconsciously? I'm going to be like, wait, let's wait a second. Let's see where this goes, right? And how can I improve? Every New York session is day one, week one, right? So I read an excellent book by a guy named David Goggins. He is F-word, and he's a fucking beast, man. The guy is insane. And he's Navy SEAL, ultra marathon dude, elite athlete. He went through Navy SEAL training 3 times and finished because he kept on having health issues and kept on and he had to go back and start from the start each time. And if you know what that training is, it's like 4 months of literal, like, psychological, physical hell to make some of the most badass, soldiers in the world. And so what he said in an interview, where he had to put his mind at, was that every day was day one, week one of the training, because he knew that, hey, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be in so much pain. It's just the start, right? So, and also, in other words, that also means I haven't gotten anywhere yet. This New York session today is day one, week one. Today is the start of a new day. And if I had that mindset of day one, week one, brand new slate, would I be like thinking, oh, wait, Euro USD is going to bounce any time here because it's long overdue and RSI is divergent. And there's all these other indicators that tell me there should be a weak dollar, and Trump wants a weak dollar strong stock market. No, it's day one, week one. What do the charts look like, right? So that's how I can improve. And then lastly, how can I improve? Look at my amazing track record, how far I've gone. I used to be a landscape irrigation dude on construction sites. See, there's a picture of me. Yeah, I mean, I was happy enough, but I knew there's so much more, right? So we were like growing watermelons on this at our site where we kept the tractors and bulldozers and trailers and everything. And that was July. It was 100 degrees outside. So how far I've come from there to here, right? I've come a long way, and but I'm just getting started. I haven't gotten anywhere. And one more thing is, I think it's important to write this, is write down successes of the week. And what I'm going to put is amazing support from VIP traders, because y'all kill it, and you're the reason why I want to wake up and just crush the market every day and be in there in the chat room and, you know, joking around and everything else. And so we go through the wins and we go through the losses together. And that's what's cool about this community. So just to recap, trades, wins or loss, what happened in the top half of the second page, what's going on in the inside. Here's the inside column, outside column. And then on last, but definitely not least, most importantly, the bottom half, how can I improve? Now it's backwards, but you can see how can I improve and what's our success. And and just that's a suggested template. Trade it around switch it around however you want, however it makes sense to you. But this is going to be a game changer for you. And I'm going to keep doing it too, and I'm going to talk about it in my VIP group. And so if you'd like to be a part of my VIP group, and it's a great community of traders in there, and friends and stuff that we have going on, and that's what it's turned out to be, click the links below. And if you like this video, even if you're not, and this is helpful, give it a thumbs up. This doesn't have to be for trading. This could be for anything. Like if you want to be a rapper, what'd you do today to become closer to your goal? To sign a deal with Lil Wayne, right? Was that a win or was it a loss? Well, what happened? What's going on the inside to get you closer to the goal, right? Whether you want to be a rapper, whether you want to be a race car driver, if you want to be the president, are you campaigning, right? What's going on the inside? How do you feel about it? What are the outside conditions? How can you improve? And what are your successes? So there it goes. I hope you found this video helpful, and it's nice to switch it up from just like a straight analysis video. So, but there's gonna be more analysis coming, and I appreciate everybody. Y'all are the best. Click the links below, and I'll see ya in the chat rooms. All right, everybody. Peace.